Here are the 21 deadliest foods around the world. Number 1. Fugu, Japan. Fugu, also known as pufferfish, is a fish whose internal organs contain deadly amounts of poison called tetrodotoxin. It's a popular delicacy in Japan, but if prepared incorrectly, it will cause death. And there's no antidote to save anyone from this poisoning. A lethal dose of tetrodotoxin is smaller than the head of a pin, and a single fish has enough poison to kill 30 people. Japanese chefs must undergo years of training to obtain a fugu preparing license. But despite that, numerous people die every year from improperly prepared fugu.
Got to be serious, fugu? It's a terrific poison.
If you are in the mood to risk your life, the best option is to go to Shimonoseki, a city in western Japan where no fugu-related deaths have ever been reported. Number 2. Bullfrog, Namibia. While in France a popular delicacy is frog legs, then in Namibia it's a whole frog, and they are usually huge. The giant Namibian bullfrogs contain a poison known as oshiketakata, which can cause kidney failure and death. The only way to not get poisoned by eating it is to eat it, as locals call it, after the third rain, or when the frogs start croaking and breeding. And to be safe, it must be cooked in a pot lined with dry wood, which supposedly neutralizes the poison. Number 3. Ackee fruit, Jamaica. This one is a really delicious but dangerous treat. Unripe ackee contains a poison called hypoglycin, so the fruit must be fully ripe and allowed to open naturally on the tree. That's the only way to eat it safely. Ackee fruit will split wide open on its own when the fruit is ready to be picked. So never open an ackee fruit yourself, and only eat the cream-colored fleshy pulp around the seeds. Do not eat any of the pink flesh or the black seeds because they are highly toxic. Improper preparation of ackee fruit can cause serious illness, dubbed as the Jamaican vomiting sickness, which can lead to coma or death. Number 4. Sanakji, South Korea. Not a lot of preparation is needed to serve sanakji, live baby octopus tentacles that are cut into pieces, seasoned, and served immediately. But that's exactly what makes it dangerous. People eat the tentacles while they are still moving on the plate, as each leg of an octopus has its own brain and can remain alive on its own. The risk is that the suction pads on the tentacles maintain suction even after the tentacles are severed, so diners must make sure to chew the tentacles. If they don't, the tentacles can stick to the mouth and throat and cause the customer to choke to death. Number 5. Apricot seeds, Turkey. Even though apricots might seem like a nice and healthy snack, it contains poisons and toxins harmful to humans if eaten incorrectly. The rule is, don't ever eat the seeds. And it's not just apricots. Seeds of cherries, plums, peaches, almonds, and even apples contain cyanogenetic glycosides, which upon ingestion release hydrogen cyanide. Turkey is known for its large population of apricot trees, and unfortunately, a few have died after seed binges. Number 6. Starfruit, Southeast Asia. Just 100 ml of this fruit's juice is poisonous for people with bad kidneys. It contains neurotoxins that affect the brain and nerves. If you have healthy kidneys, have no fear. Your body will be able to filter out the neurotoxins. Number 7. Casu Marzu, Italy. It's a Sardinian cheese that is infested with live maggots. The cheese is made by allowing sheep's milk cheese to ferment until it is infested with maggots. The maggots break down the cheese, giving it a soft, creamy texture and a strong, pungent flavor. While casu marzu is considered a delicacy by some, it can also be dangerous to eat. The maggots can produce toxins that can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and even seizures. Number 8. Bean sprouts. What could possibly be wrong with eating a bean sprout, you may ask? A lot, it turns out. Sprouts are grown in warm, moist conditions, just the right combination for bacteria to grow, which can make you extremely sick. In the last 10 years, there have been over 2,000 illnesses, 187 hospitalizations, and 3 deaths from sprouts in the US. Don't want to give them up? Cooking them will kill off the deadly bacteria. Number 9. Hakkarl, Iceland. Hakkarl is a fermented shark meat that is popular in Iceland. The shark meat is fermented for several months, which gives it a strong ammonia-like smell and flavor. Hakkarl is often served with a shot of brennivin, a traditional Icelandic schnapps. While Hakkarl is not poisonous, it can cause nausea and vomiting in people who are not used to the taste. Number 10. Absinthe. Made with the leaves of wormwood and mixed with green anise, fennel, and other medicinal herbs, this high-alcohol liquor was invented in Europe about 200 years ago, but then banned for about 100 years due to rumors that the drink caused hallucinations. While it's legal to use it now, the chemical found in wormwood has been found to cause major health problems, nightmares, and other conditions. Number 11. Fesik, Egypt. There's a springtime festival, Shem El Nessim, in Egypt, where every year many get rushed to the hospital after eating fesik, a fermented fish delicacy. delicacy. The fish is dried in the sun and then spends a year in salt. Unfortunately, this fermenting process can produce bacteria, which, if not prepared properly, may lead to paralysis that begins in the face and continues through the body. Even though it's a high-risk delicacy, many people still enjoy eating it. Number 12. Cassava. This root vegetable is popular all over the world, and it's perfectly fine when it is fully cooked and properly prepared, which means boiled, fried, baked, grilled, mashed, or steamed. Eat a bit of it raw though, and you'll get a hefty dosage of linamarin, which is a very toxic poison. It can promote headache, agitation, confusion, and trouble breathing, so it's best to stay away from eating it raw. Number 13. Blood clams, China. Blood clams, a Chinese delicacy, are found in Asia and the Pacific Islands. It can carry harmful bacteria and toxins. Eating them raw poses a risk of bacterial infections that can cause paralysis and even death. Number 14. Dragon's breath. While some like it hot, others like it torturous, as they attempt to eat the hottest peppers known to man just to see if they can stomach it. For a long time, many believed Carolina Reaper was the hottest pepper in the world, with 1.6 million heat units registered on the Scoville scale. But when Dragon's Breath was recently introduced, it brought the heat level to 2.48 million. Just how hot is this? Well, a habanero pepper has 350,000 heat units, and a jalapeno only has 8,000. So you do the math. The heat comes from the pepper's capsaicin. Too much can actually burn, not to mention close your airways and cause anaphylactic shock. Number 15. Nomura's jellyfish, Japan. This jellyfish is the largest in the world. They are bigger than humans and can sting you if you encounter them in the water. And they're also really scary when eaten. But no matter that, it's a popular delicacy in Japan and China. Toxins in the jellyfish, known as glycoalkaloids, can lead to cramping, headaches, and even worse. Only properly trained chefs can prepare the jellyfish as a delicacy without the toxins. But if any traces are left, it doesn't take much to get you sick. Number 16. Silver striped blossop, Asia and Europe. Found in the Indian Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, the silver-striped blossop fish is a delicacy in many coastal towns. Eating it is fine, as long as you avoid the liver, the reproductive organs, and the skin. If you bite into those parts, you can suffer from potentially fatal paralysis and breathing problems. Number 17. Tapioca. Who could have thought that drinking bubble tea would be risky? Turns out tapioca, the thing that's used to make boba, must be consumed with caution. Tapioca contains something called linamatin, a very toxic poison that can be found in cassava. And since tapioca flour is made from the starch of cassava root, there's a risk of poisoning if tapioca is not correctly refined. But don't worry, your bubble tea should be fine. Just be careful if you think the tapioca balls have possibly not been correctly prepared. Number 18. Inky cap mushroom, Northern Hemisphere. There's nothing dangerous about eating an inky cap mushroom, but mixing it with alcohol results in unpleasant consequences. The inky cap mushrooms contain a toxin that causes illness when consumed with alcohol. It doesn't take much booze for the ill effects to take hold. Apparently, you only need to touch rubbing alcohol or smell perfume for symptoms to kick in. And the symptoms usually remain for 5 days after the consumption. Number 19. Larb, Thailand and Laos. Larb is one of the most popular Thai dishes. It's a raw meat salad with herbs, and it's delicious. But what kind of meat is used to cook it, and how fresh it is? As you can imagine, that sometimes causes problems. There have been several known cases of dozens of people getting infections after eating larb in Thailand, California, and other places in the world. It's not so much even about this specific dish, as eating raw meat of any kind comes with risks, including contracting rabies if the meat is from a rabid animal. Number 20. Raw cashews. Even if you don't have a nut allergy, every single one of us will have a chemical reaction to raw cashews, but not the ones we find in stores. Those have been steamed to remove the plant's dangerous chemical called urushiol, so those are safe to eat. But raw cashews, which are actually seeds growing on the outside of fruit found on tropical trees, contain the same chemical found in poison ivy, leading to rashes and swelling. Number 21. Rhubarb. A rhubarb pie won't harm you. Instead, it's the red-stemmed plant's leaves that want to kill you. Rhubarb, the bright vegetable often found in jams and pies, has a dark side: its leaves. Rhubarb leaves should not be used in baking or cooking as they contain oxalic acid. Consuming too much oxalic acid can be fatal, though you would have to eat large quantities of rhubarb leaves, approximately 11 pounds, to die from it. However, eating small amounts can cause several uncomfortable symptoms, so it's best to just stay away from these leaves. Would you try any of these dishes? Let me know in the comments below.